Hi, it's me again with Corel Draw Tips and Tricks, and I was not going to do a second video on this because I've made this one in the first video. We're going to make this one, but I discovered a way to actually make this a lot better than the blend tool and maybe even faster. And because since I have the picture, I'm going to draw a rectangle pretty close to the size of the picture, and then we are going to put it P in the center of the page. And I'm going to bring in an indexing line and hit P, put it in the center of the page. Now I want to have this slope. So I'm going to put a node. Well, first of all, you got to convert it to a curve. And then I'm going to put a node right about there, right about there. And there's a way to make this symmetrical. And I'll show you here in just a second. And one thing I failed to do, I did not round. I'm going to start backwards. I'm going to go back before I converted this to a curve, and I'm going to take it, I'm going to round off my corners just a little bit. You can't do that later. So now I've got a little bit rounded corners, and this might be zooming in. I might even be able to show you a little bit better. Go to Object, Convert to Curve. Let's place a node right there on the top of the page. And we're actually going to maybe do it this way. And then and you could put in other indexing lines. But now I've got all these nodes. And I'm going to grab, because I really want one in the center, exactly in the center. So with the shape tool, I'm going to grab those 6. Doesn't look like I put a node there. I'm sorry about that. Oh, okay. I'm going to grab those 6 nodes. Let me zoom in here. Should have made this a little bit smaller so I can show the video better. And I'm going to start increasing nodes. The first one's going to be in the center. Hopefully the second one will be in the middle. And that's what we want. Now I'm going to take the shape tool and I'm going to select all the nodes. And I'm going to right click my mouse and put it to a curve. Now I'm going to select this node and I'm just going to move it out. Well, this is what it would help to have the picture back in here. And if you ever can't see your drawing, it's because you could put it back a page. Let's say our nudge factor is set at 2 inches. Let's set it like 0.02 so we can just nudge this picture over. And that way we can kind of tell how big we want this thing to be. And this is kind of a good lesson. There's that node, so let's just push it out. Now, there's really no way to do this I don't know why that's not allowing me to move that over. I should be able to move this handle. That's weird. Let's try the bottom. Never had that happen. Because you really have to do just one side. So let's move this one over. Something's going on. Let's look at it. Tell you what, let's turn it into a cusp. There we go. I don't really see the node on that. I guess that one is it right there. Let's go turn it into a cusp. And really you only have to do one side of this, but you want it kind of the shape of that. So we're going to go to the center now. We're just going to use the bottom section, hoping I'm not too confusing you. There we go. And see, both handles are moving, but we don't need the top and the bottom to be exactly. So now we're going to move our picture out of the way. So the bottom doesn't look very good. I must have picked another node, but that doesn't matter. We're going to that's one of the reasons I decided to make the video. Control D and make a duplicate and mirror it. This is going to make both of our sides equal. And get the virtual segment delete key and delete these lines. Now we don't have to worry about the top because we're gonna fill this in with the Smart Fill tool. I got a leak. I don't know how I would have a leak in an item I just drew. Let's try removing these lines. Let's go ahead and remove some lines. I should not have a leak. I'm removing the inside lines. Hopefully that cured our problem. Yes. So now I'm going to just take this and move it out of the way. I'm going to go ahead and delete that. See all the lines that are broken? Now I'm going to hit P, put it in the center of the page. I'm going to left click, right click, and now I'm going to mirror it, Control D, and mirror it this way. See what I'm getting at? So it all depends on which one you want. We don't have to do anything to the outside ones on here because we're going to use the Smart Fill tool. We actually want the inside ones on this one, so we're going to delete the outside one. We don't really have to delete them because we're going to Smart Fill them. That looks pretty good. So now let's use the Smart Fill. And there's our shape. Voila. So we can delete all this. Now, how do you put, the real reason I decided to make the video is because I'm going to try a different method of putting these. I actually like these better than a while ago when we used the shape tool. So we need a path. So I'm going to take the 2-point line, holding down the control button. I'm going to hit P, put it in the center of the page, and then I'm going to lift it up to about there. Control D and make a duplicate, holding down the control button and put it about there. And if you're doing this for real, you could do it a little bit better than I'm doing. I don't like this thing in the center. Let's see if we can't delete that node. That looks good. There we go. That looks a lot better. Now we need to take this shape with the Smart Fill tool. Now we got this shape, and we're going to set our nudge factor on like 2 inches. Let's set it on 5, and let's nudge this shape out of the way. I'm going to left click, right click. I can get rid of these lines now. A lot of times I'll get rid of stuff that you can get rid of later, but it's just habit. Now we need to take the shape tool and take this and right click and break it apart. And then we can take that completely out. Take your shape tool, take those 2 nodes, right click, break apart, take your virtual segment delete key. Now this is still an object, so we're going to break curve apart. This is all we want. We just want that line. Now we're going to take the ellipse tool and draw a little B circle. And you'd have to play around with that, what size circle you want. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller, holding down the control button so they're equal. Control D and make a duplicate. You don't have to, but I hit B to make them even. Go to Effects and Blend, and we're going to blend them 50 times. Hit Apply. Blend along new path. Put it on our new path. Blend along full path. And there you go. Now, kind of the key is, and you would have to look to see if you like that little Humpty Hump. It could be a little bit more, a little bit less. If you will grab the whole thing and go up to Object and break the blend apart, you should be able to move that out of the way. So don't ever move it, nudge it. There it is, right on the line. Now, you know what, before we do that, let's do this. Let's see if we can't get rid of that one and that one at the end and see if we can't get our line and nudge it out of the way. There we go. Now let's weld these, but we need to go to Object, Group, Ungroup, and weld them. Now we have just a weird shape. I'm going to cursor over so I haven't moved anything. Now I'm going to take my virtual segment delete key and delete this line and actually delete that line. And the indexing line stopped the cutting from happening on both sides. Wow, that was easy and good, and quick. Now we could take this and Control D and make a duplicate, mirror it the other way. I don't think we can nudge it, but we can snap to, bring it right there and holding down the control button so it'll move over equally. Take your virtual segment delete key. Wow, that's pretty easy. And I think looks better than the movement of the nodes to put those little ripples. Now the heart, if you didn't see how I put the hearts in there, it'd be exactly the same as the other video. So back up and watch that. Let's see what it looks like blown up and filled in with black. That's pretty much that shape. And you got those little notches on it. Anyway, I hope that helped a little bit. Thank you for watching.